If you're a streamer, you need to make a YouTube channel, and in today's video, I'm gonna tell you why it is so important. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video on the channel. My name is Dan and/or X2Shoes, and you're very welcome along to yet another lovely video. You've heard other people before saying you need to make a YouTube channel or you should consider making a YouTube channel, but no one really explains why. So in today's video, don't worry, I'm not just gonna tell you to make one and because you can translate your views over to Twitch. We're gonna go through why I think you should have one, what sort of content you should be making, as well as some tips on how to get people to actually watch your video. But one thing you're gonna need to know if you're gonna go ahead with this video, and we're gonna talk about a little bit later on, is how to edit videos. Even if you don't plan on editing your own videos, it's very important to know this stuff, and that's why I'd like to thank the wonderful sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an amazing online learning platform where you can log on, create an account, and start to learn about literally anything you would want to ever know. Let's say you want to brush up on your guitar playing. Or maybe you want to learn computer programming, graphic design, or anything else under the sun, Skillshare has you covered. One of my favorite courses that I consistently go back to take notes is YouTube Success, Script, Shoot, and Edit with Marquise Brownlee. Marquise takes you through everything you're going to need to know to make a successful YouTube channel, such as editing, shooting, writing out the plan for your videos, and making them work, as well as a lot more. The course is super comprehensive, I really like it, and anyone who's watched his videos knows that he is someone that you should absolutely pay attention to. One thing I love about Skillshare is the courses are just so accessible, they're really easy to follow, and it's just a beautiful user experience that you can go through and start brushing up on your knowledge whenever you want. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description or use my code X2Shoes on the site will receive a 1-month trial of Skillshare. So what are you waiting for? It's free, it's a month, go check it out in the link below or use my code X2Shoes on the site now. Thanks to Skillshare again for sponsoring today's video. One main tool that I consistently see so many streamers using now is TikTok. It's so easy to just grab a clip that somebody in your chat made or that you made and, put that into Streamladder or wherever and throw it up on TikTok. Now, don't get me wrong, these videos sometimes do really well for people. There's plenty of amazing streamers who've blown up on TikTok, and as a result, their Twitch has blown up as well. However, in the last few weeks, I've started to notice something. I have consistently made TikToks, maybe not consistently, but I have been making TikToks for about 2 years. I have never had one single person come by my Twitch channel and say, "Hey, I'm from TikTok." It's just never happened. I have come to the realization that some people are just not suited to short form content. Me, for example, I don't like TikTok as an app. In fact, I don't like short form content at all. I don't consume it, I don't really enjoy making it, and I don't really feel that I, as a content creator, get my point across or get my message across in short form content. Maybe you are in the same boat as me where you're kind of posting there all the time and really not seeing many results at all. It could be strenuous for you, it could be a bit hard for you, and maybe you don't really enjoy doing it. And that's because I think the reality of the situation is streamers nowadays may have missed the boat a little bit on TikTok. Now, don't get me wrong with this. I'm not saying that it's too late to make a TikTok and that you cannot grow there. Absolutely not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that for some of you, not all of you, for some of you, you might be suited to a different platform, and I genuinely believe that platform could be YouTube. Number one thing in this video, I'm gonna take you through the benefits of why you should have a YouTube channel. Genuinely, I feel it's way easier to convert people from YouTube to your Twitch streams. For example, you can bring up your username on your screen just like this, and people now know your username. Secondly, it could be the first thing in this little description box down here. Third thing is you can pin a comment right under the comment section. Somebody enjoys your video, they scroll down to check your comment section, and that pinned comment that links away to your Twitch is the first thing that they see. That is 3 potential places you can put your Twitch name and/or Twitch link to get people to click on it. It's just way easier to click a link in a comment or in a description rather than go through TikTok's weird way of linking away to something. In my opinion, it's a lot easier to get someone to commit to watching you on stream from somewhere like YouTube, where they've kind of already signed up to watch a 5 to 10 minute, sometimes more video. That user is someone who clearly already enjoys long form content, and I reckon the chances are higher that they would go to check out your Twitch because, they've already committed to watching you for 15 minutes on YouTube. Maybe they're more likely to go check out your stream, I think. Another benefit, you watch a TikTok clip for 20 seconds, you think it's great, you actually go and check out that streamer who is live only to find out they are nothing like they are in that hilarious TikTok you watched. It's so much easier to get a read on someone's personality when you're watching them for 5 to 10 minutes at a time. Now, I know TikTok is gradually kind of progressing to longer form content, however, I feel like it's way easier on YouTube to get your personality across. On TikTok, you really only have the caption and the content of the video. On YouTube, you've got the content of the video, the caption, the description, the pinned comment, all these ways to get your personality across a little bit more. It's a much easier decision for the viewer to make to go and watch you because they've already got to know a lot more about you. There's a potential 10 TikToks worth of content in the first 5 minutes of a YouTube video, and it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to get somebody to watch a 5-minute video on YouTube as opposed to 10 TikToks in a row. So I feel like YouTube, in that sense, is just a much better showcase for your personality, which again makes your Twitch stream seem more attractive. And the final benefit, and this should not be your deciding factor, however, it is just a fact, YouTube is a lot easier to monetize on. The monetization requirements for YouTube, 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours watched on your channel. I know they sound intimidating, but trust me, it is very doable. Also, the money you would earn off, 10,000 views on YouTube versus 10,000 views on TikTok is drastically different. So that's an extra benefit in itself. Okay, we've talked about the benefits of YouTube. I've sold you on the idea of making a YouTube channel. Now, what the hell are you gonna make videos about? I know that it is extremely difficult to come up with an idea for your YouTube channel or for your YouTube videos. Now, don't panic. You don't have to have this completely ironed out on day one. Most creators, if you go back and look at their first ever videos, they're nothing like the current videos that they're making at that time, me included. Now, I'm not gonna be able to give each and every single one of you who watch these videos a unique idea for your individual YouTube channel. However, maybe I could give you some kind of examples that might get your brain ticking a little bit. Let's say you're a Just Chatting streamer and you decide to do a tier list one day on stream. You want to rank the best streamer advice videos on YouTube. You then create that tier list while you're on stream and throw in people like me and people like all the other amazing creators that do this type of stuff, and you rank them from best to worst advice. You then cut that down and release it with an amazing thumbnail with all these people's faces, and you put, I found the ultimate Twitch advice on YouTube, or I found the ultimate streaming advice, or something like that you've now streamed for an hour and you have an amazing, potentially very clickable video out of. So let's say you're a gaming streamer. Now, I know that it is the most tempting thing in the world to just take all the clips that your chat have made you for that month and slap it all together with some generic YouTube-friendly soundtrack underneath it, throw in a lot of meme sound effects, and think that you've made the greatest YouTube video ever. Unfortunately, and I've said this 1,000 times before, we can add it to the list of tattoos I'm going to get with advice that I repeat all the time. Nobody is going to watch a stream highlight video from a streamer they've never heard of. You need to get creative with your concept, especially if you're in a very packed category on Twitch. Let's say you are a Warzone streamer. You have a particularly wild game of Warzone. You need to take that game and cut it down into a narrative structure. That means start, middle, and end. We need you in the video introing the idea, why this game was important, why this game was relevant. That's the intro, that's the start. Take us into mid-game. What's going on? What's happening? Why is it tense? Let's make it tense. Take us into the end game where you inevitably get the win, or you absolutely fumble and don't get the win. And don't just cut the game and cut out all the fluff. Maybe you want to film some stuff like this, like I am now, and talk to the camera and be like, hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Warzone Billy 24. Today I had an amazing Warzone game. It was one of the wildest games I've ever had. Let's check it out. Here's the start of the game. This is me and my squad, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Narrative structure is something that always needs to be adhered to on YouTube, no matter what type of content you make. Everything needs a start, middle, and end. You can't just throw a load of stuff at your audience and hope they follow along. Help them follow along. If you have any questions about potential content ideas, I would love to talk about them with you. I'm a real nerd about that kind of stuff. So hop in the stream, ask me in my chat anytime. Okay, so you've made your YouTube channel, you've got your ideas for your content. Now let's get people watching your content. YouTube analytics are very, very helpful, but when you're starting off, don't get too obsessed with the numbers, but there is 2 metrics that you want to keep in mind, not only when you're coming up with the idea for your video, but also when you're making your video. And those 2 metrics are CTR, or click-through rate, and watch time. CTR is basically, let's say YouTube serves your video to 100 people. Let's say 10% of those 100 people click your video. YouTube sees, wow, we sent this to 100 people and 10% clicked it. Now let's send it to 1,000 people and see how many people click it. Now let's send it to 100,000 people. Let's send it out to 1,000,000 people and see how many people click it. You always want that click-through rate to be high. Similarly, when they're doing all this and they're pushing it out to more and more people, they will look at, all right, well, we've sent it to X amount amount of people, but how long are all these people watching? Let's say someone clicks your video and they watch the first minute and they turn it off because it was really clickbaity and not at all what they wanted. The YouTube algorithm notices that and says, oh wait, it's probably clickbait or probably not a good video. We're not going to send it to anybody else. Let's just leave it where it is. However, if YouTube are sending it to more and more people and those people are watching a 10-minute video for 5, 6, 7, 8+ minutes sometimes, that is insane. Then the YouTube algorithm knows, wow, a lot of people are clicking on this video and they're also watching it right the way through. That means that it is a good video. Let's send it to even more people. And that's how the algorithm starts to snowball and your videos are recommended more and more and more, which is ultimately your goal. Two things that are going to help your click-through rate are your title as well as your thumbnail. If you put up a video of you playing Apex Legends and you call it Apex Funny Moments with the Squad April 2022, be honest with yourself. You saw that video and you recommended, would you click it? I'm not clicking it. Similarly with my own content, if I made a video called Twitch Advice 2022, again, not that interesting. However, if I made a video called The Best Way to Grow on Twitch in 2022, you might click that video. So that's your title. Getting creative with your title, testing out certain things, using keywords and using Chrome extensions like vidIQ that help you see what kind of keywords are in your titles or what you should be doing. All things like that, super helpful, and learning to title your videos and getting better at it seriously helps your click-through rate. And the second thing that's going to affect your click-through rate is the thumbnail. If I made this video right now and this was the thumbnail versus this thumbnail, you can see there's a night and day difference of which one is more appealing to click on. The thumbnail is arguably the most important thing. It's what's going to catch your potential viewer's eye first before your title and get them to actually look up at the title of the video. Thumbnails are everything. We always try to come up with the idea or at least have an idea for the thumbnail before we even film the video. It's good practice. A lot of YouTubers will tell you this, and you can almost sort of mold your content around the thumbnail, ensuring that A, it's not clickbait for the audience, and B, it just looks nice and you can start thinking of really good ideas for it. Your title and your thumbnail are so vitally important. The thing is, you could have the most amazing video. You could have made a better video than half the people on YouTube, but if the thumbnail and the title both suck, no one is gonna click on the video to find that out, unfortunately. Second metric I want to talk about is watch time. When you make a video, you want to keep people watching it for as long as possible. If you just put out 10 minutes of gameplay of you talking and all that kind of stuff, never bothered to cut out the silences, never bothered to fix the audio, it makes some interesting transitions or intros or outros, people get bored. You can make a very basic YouTube video and you can make it very well, but however, with gaming content in particular, you do need to have a little bit of finesse in the edit to keep people's attention. Similarly with my videos, if I just sat here all the time talking to you like I do a lot of the time, it gets boring. That's why we throw in little visual cues like this or put some B-roll in when we can to just break up the action, because it gets very boring when you're just watching the same thing with no movement or change in direction at all. When I record these videos, they're about 50 minutes long and the editor cuts them down to 10 minutes or 15 minutes. However, if I left that entire 50-minute video in, it gets boring. So learning editing is vital. Even if you're gonna try to get someone else to edit your videos, you understanding or knowing the limits of your edits is super important for better content. It's like me, I don't edit my own videos on this channel most of the time. We have an editor on the channel, shout out Average, you're great. However, I worked as a video editor professionally for 10 years in Ireland, and I understand how it works and I understand what we could be doing. And a great way to be able to collab with your editors and like bounce ideas off each other and make some really cool stuff that will keep people engaged, and if they're engaged, they will watch longer. Couple of other tips as well. Try not to meme too hard. It's not 2012 anymore on YouTube, unfortunately, so sometimes just throwing videos in together and just memeing consistently, it's funny, yeah, but it's just, people have seen it done 1,000 times. I really feel that like gaming content has been pushed forward way beyond just kind of funny moment videos and stuff like that, and now like narrative content is amazing. I've mentioned them before, but someone who does this so well is Wellen. He makes a lot of Rust videos and Sea of Thieves and that kind of thing, but the way he sculpts narratives out of his streams and stories for his videos are so good. Check out Wellington, you'll definitely get some inspiration. Watch other people in your niche. See what they're doing in their videos and see if you have the ability to do something on that level as well. Yes, you might not have the best camera or the same microphone that they use, but let's say they're employing more B-roll. Let's say they're employing more graphics. Your videos are similar, but you don't do any of that. Learn to do it or to elevate your videos a little bit higher so they can nearly be at that level. When you do post videos, make sure you are there and they're active. When I post a video, normally at like 11 p.m. my time, I stay up to like 1, 2 in the morning and I respond to every single comment. You can test it out with this video. Leave a comment when I post it, I will reply within like 5 minutes. This lets the algorithm know as well there's a bit of engagement happening on the video and they're more likely to push it a little bit further. If you make a longer video, why not make a short out of that video and post it to YouTube Shorts? Now you're kind of scratching that short form itch that you have, and you can use that short to direct attention to your full video. You could put a little graphic in it that says full video on my page, or put it in a pinned comment or whatever, but use those shorts to promote your videos as well. And above all, finally, enjoy the ride. I am so new at this myself. I've only been on YouTube for really a year. I feel like it's literally been a bit of a baptism of fire because of the kind of trajectory I've had here. I make videos every week, and when you do that every week for over a year, you just learn a few things. And similarly to myself on Twitch, I am not a massive streamer. I never claimed to be. However, when I figure out things, I like to tell people about them so that they can have fun too. And with me on YouTube, I'm telling you stuff that I found that worked for me. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, everybody. Let me know if I've converted you to the YouTube fam down in the comments. As I said earlier in the video, feel free to ask me questions anytime about this stuff during my live stream. Everyone, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you're not already. We post new streamer videos every week. Leave a like if you liked it. And if you're still here, why not check out this video about the many scams of Twitch and why people try to pull you in to these horrible schemes. And we don't want you getting pulled in, so don't get pulled in. Have a look at that. See you in the next one, everybody. Much love. Peace out. Bye-bye.